What's up, everybody? It's Lawrence again. Today we're going to do something completely out of the wheelhouse of what I normally do. If you don't like it, stop the fucking channel now. So one of the things that I realize when I'm buying boots and other things like that is a lot of things are not reviewed. Plenty of sneaker reviews out there, but there are very few boot reviews, especially luxury boot reviews. And so I wanted to help you guys because it's a relatively big purchase. And as we're in winter, I assume most of you guys wear more than just sneakers, and some of this might be helpful. So I was in the market for a pair of combat boots. I was looking at everything from Doc Martens on the low end up into the kind of YSL type shoes, and I kind of settled on something in the middle. While YSL doesn't have combat boots, I was looking for any kind of trendy boot that I can wear, and I wanted something that was relatively comfortable. And so what I settled in on was the Common Projects combat boot done in a zip. There's honestly, I wish more to talk about the shoe, but that's what's going to make this super simple. If you have any Common Project shoes, the leather is incredible. On these specifically, I don't love the shininess of the leather. When I first got these, it was super shiny. Now that I've worn them for probably about 4 to 5 wears at this point, the sheen on them has gone a little lighter. It's still obviously very shiny, and so you can see that as the light is hitting them. But I'm okay with that, as long as it's going to over time kind of get its own kind of color and rusticness to it. But the leather's obviously super premium. It's relatively thin though. It was actually a lot thinner than I expected, which is both good and bad, which means that you don't have to break in the leather as much, but it also means it's super thin, so not probably the best winter shoe you could possibly buy, but that's not why you would buy one of these pairs of shoes anyway. Looking at the rest of the upper, you're going to see the gold foil over here, and then on the flip side, you will see a zipper, and that is done in the exact kind of black color that you'll see that will blend in with the shoe. On the back, you're going to see a nylon pull tab, which has been extremely valuable for me to put the shoe on. And then finally, looking at the lacing system, you're going to see flat style lacing that comes over here with 3 hiker boot type pulls that happen at the very top. On the sole, you're going to see a leather stack sole over here. In terms of traction, I'm not 100% sure. I know that's really important for a winter boot. There just hasn't been ice in New York yet. And so on the bottom, it looks relatively thick, but it's not a Vibram sole. It doesn't have any of the kind of technologies that we would come and love from a hiking boot. But it's super heavy in general. It's not a light shoe, and I love it so far for a fashion shoe. But if you're looking for something that is light and easy to wear, I would not go with these, because also on top of that, this I believe is like an 8-inch boot. The first couple times I wore it, my heel got tore up pretty badly. But if you have had any Common Projects, whether it be the sneaker or boot, you know that your back heel is going to get torn up. It's kind of part of the rite of passage of owning a pair of Common Projects many times, and so that's okay. After the third or fourth wear, I was fine. I also decided to kind of sit at home with them with really thick socks on to basically expand it and soften up the leather. As soon as it kind of gets heated up, a lot of it gets more loose, and as it gets looser, it becomes a lot more comfortable. But I think that's it. I think for you guys, this is more about whether or not you want to pay about $700-800 for a pair of boots. You know, a lot of times these Common Projects boots always go on sale at the end of the season, and typically it's anywhere between 25 to 50% off. And so at 50% off, this is a great shoe to be able to buy. It's got great leather quality, and it obviously looks super stylish. But if not, you know, the $700-800 that I spent on this shoe, you know, it's whether or not you actually want to pay for the luxury brand and kind of the gold stamp on it. And I was okay with that. I live in New York. It's part of the deal of living here. But, you know, the boot itself I'm not disappointed in, and I've actually gotten a lot more wear out of it than I expected. So this is the Common Project Combat Leather Zip Boot. Until next time, I don't even want to drop it. I'm going to break my fucking table. So next time, peace.